Well, we finished about half this morning, so I imagine we'll finish the public hearing mid-afternoon, and then I imagine there will be a bit of a debate, and then hopefully we'll be able to finish the rest of the public hearing items, fingers crossed, this evening, or at least early tomorrow morning.
Are you surprised by the number of people that are speaking about this, and what did you say that and so far, I believe it's been universally opposition?
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised because I read all the letters. And, you know, sometimes these things are driven by a lot of misinformation. In this case, there hasn't been a ton of misinformation. I think it is clear to remember a couple of things. Number one is that the city does do this. You know, there were 2 parks that I opened just in the last 2 weeks that were reconfigured from land swaps with adjacent landowners. So it's not uncommon if it leads to it doesn't happen every day, but it's not uncommon if it leads to a better piece of parkland or a better park in total. That said, I think the question that I'm really hearing from the public hearing today is, will this actually be a better park? It will certainly be a bigger park, but will it be better? And that's really the questions that I'll be asking administration at the end of the public hearing.
I know that you're still seized with the matter, the public hearing isn't done yet, but do you have any concerns about how the city has dealt with the public engagement and just putting out what it wants to do?
No, I don't really think so. I mean, I think that no matter what the city had done for public engagement, this would have been a controversial conversation, and it's always easy to say, oh, we need more engagement. In this case, I feel like people are very engaged. We have 350 letters. They just don't like it. And so the question is, can we assuage some of their concerns, or are their concerns well-founded? And that's really why I'm still in this public hearing, thinking about how I'm going to vote on the whole thing.
If it is approved and there's the talk of the remediation process, how long would a process like that take if this is approved and the money is
I don't have a direct timeline, but I should say that while it will be a few $1 million to remediate, it's mostly salt contamination, which is not as complicated as, you know, different kinds of chemical contamination. But it will require taking out a bunch of topsoil, putting in new soil and sod, and redeveloping the park at that time. So that's not trivial, but it's not a 10-year process either.
Mayor, I wanted to ask you about on the arena matter. I understand that CSEC wants to raise the facility fee on all tickets that don't relate to sporting events.
Correct.
Can they do that without council having to weigh in?
They can do it without council having to weigh in, but the city does have to approve it. That was part of the 2019 deal.
And what are your thoughts about that? I take this as how they're going to recover
Some
or
of the
come up with
costs.
some of their money in terms of additional costs?
I'm fine with it. I've always been a proponent of user pay on this project, that the people who are using it should be paying a chunk of it. And to me, increasing the facility fee to cover some of these costs, it'll still be lower than the facility fee in Edmonton, for example, and in most other US cities. So I'm fine with that.
Does that depend on the city's share of the facility fee per ticket?
No, not at all. The city's share remains the same.
Any concerns that it might affect the desirability of people that want to go to the place?
I mean, we're talking about 50 or 75 cents, maybe $1 on a $100 concert ticket. I don't think that's going to impinge anybody's desire to go. Anyone else?
back to the Richmond Green situation? Where is the disconnect here then? It sounds like this happens all the time, but the residents' concerns are, you know, the vast opposition, I guess. Where's that disconnect there?
No, I wouldn't say it happens all the time, but it does happen. It's not completely unheard of or precedent setting. That said, you know, the residents are concerned because this is a very well-used corner of the park, and it's hard to envision, well, if this corner of the park is so well-used, will the rest of the park be well-used? Because right now, the rest of that land isn't very nice. And so a lot of people have some legitimate concerns saying, will it be as good and as well-used as what we've got now? And there's a very specific concern, which is that although you'll have a net increase in the number of ball diamonds in that part of the city, you'll have one fewer children's or Little League ball diamond in this park. And so some people are saying that that's troubling because it's actually quite convenient to have the two ball diamonds at the same time for tournaments and so on. So that's another question I'll be asking parks.
Sir, can I just ask you that question about the facility? Hold for a second.
Okay, I don't know how to say facility team in French.
Your French is better than mine, sir. So
All right.
basically, your thoughts about how CSEC plans to raise the money for the initial costs.
Pour moi, c'est pas vraiment un problème parce que je disais toujours qu'il faut que l'utilisateur de facilité doit payer une partie du coût total. Donc pour moi, ça fait du sens pour couvrir les coûts accès ici.
Sorry, should council be involved in that decision, or is it just going in?
Non, par les termes de l'agrément de 2019, c'est une décision pour CSEC et pour l'administration de la ville.
Okay, merci.
Okay? Thanks, everybody.